Welcome back to Myth Machine. For those of you who have watched before, I don't know if you watched before. This is Myth Machine, and this is Dragonbane, Secret of the Dragon Emperor. I think we know who the Dragon Emperor was at this stage, but there is many a secrets yet to be uncovered, as this group of intrepid adventurers has ventured into the Misty Vale, found the village of outskirts, and even brought home some loot from a raid on a group of goblins. But that is apparently only the beginning, because mysteries abound. Legends of demon returning, someone who wants to buy pieces of statuettes for good gold, and more. This show is rated, what, R? Are we R? We're PG-13? What are we? We R-ish, maybe.
I think the goblin genocide aspect pushes us into R.
Okay, that might push us into an R. Alright, with us today we have who exactly? Feel free to introduce yourselves and your characters. The characters who are currently all in the Three Stags Inn, aren't we?
Yeah.
Who starts?
So I can go first. So I'm Ben. My character is Aethuin. He's an elvish mariner. He's a former whaler who's seeking adventure. And we're currently traveling.
Indeed. And
Roger,
yeah, go ahead.
I'm Roger. I'm playing Wolfkin Animist, who's seeking magic powerful enough to defend his homeland from encroaching empires.
Yes. And Woter
Yes,
is...
and I am Woter, and I play Sir Quinlan Ponsort, the Federatori, who is a Mallard Knight.
Yes,
Maybe
indeed.
part of one of those encroaching empires. I don't know what Mallards get up to in their spare time, but
Hopefully not one of the encroaching empires. Yeah, in this world, there is very little. We get to fill in the blanks of what the world looks like outside the Misty Vale, and apparently that's what the world looks like outside of the Misty Vale. Yeah.
more goblins probably as well.
Probably, yeah, that could be the case. And other things, clearly. Yeah, we are in the Tavern of Outskirts, and last time we met our heroes, they were on a shopping spree, which has gone rather well after you all plundered those goblins, and it is a new morning for new adventures, and we have to decide where to go next. I feel like you might have heard a rumor or two while you were doing your shopping. Last day, you were not just doing shopping, you were training a lot too. You were training together with Alphelia Shadowleaf, the other knight of this very small village. She's clearly not local, but she was very good with hammers, and she was training some of you with hammers. While Omvar, the animist, was training with Rabindranath, the animist mystic who lives in a small hut among the ruins right in the center of the town. And I feel like there might have been a rumor or two coming through to you as you were doing all that. What do you think? I think so. Let's see what we've heard. Oh, let's see now. Yeah, maybe at the inn you've heard one of the farmers talk about a place called Fort Malice. Yeah. Apparently, see, Fort Malice, that was constructed by House Stone Oak near the end of Emperor Eladine's reign to protect the family's most prized possession, the Malus aureus, a tree that bore golden fruit, apples of actual gold. The ruins, they are still... I wouldn't go there, far too dangerous for a simple farmer like myself, but if you go far enough into the northwest, I bet you could find it, probably with thousands of golden apples lying at the roots of the old tree.
We are so wrecking this town's economy.
Maybe some goldflation is exactly what they all want. without knowing it.
It's a new version of the gold standard. Everything
Yes.
is made of gold.
Everything is made of gold. That's a rumor we could hear. There could be others. I've added that. Maybe one more. Yeah, I feel like one more is not bad. Filtering through. If you want some danger, I think the locals are competing with each other to goad the adventurers in. Who can goad the adventurers into going to a scarier place and never come back? That's more of the situation here. A monstrous beast has crawled down from the mountains and attacked Blind Hildy's farm southeast. There are whispers about a cave full of torn out eyes. But there might be great treasure there and powerful weapons from, let's just say, some other adventurers went in there before you lot arrived, and they sure met their fate in the Dead Eyes Cave. and now they're starting to take bets on how long you will all live.
What a nice place this is.
Yes, they're very hospitable here. They love their guests.
Can you put the big map on so we can...
I can absolutely do
where
that.
things are?
I was trying to put it in your journal, but for some reason it blackens out the text very annoyingly. All right, so here we go. Big map. So apparently they're talking about some kind of Dead Eyes Cave to the southeast and some kind of Fort Malice to the northwest. You've also heard about the Ritter Mound. You've literally walked through, when you were chasing down the goblins, a field of mounds out here. So that's 3 different locations already. And you know about Mirror Lake, because apparently that's, at least according to Alphelia, a place where bad things might be happening. Maybe it's even the center of cult activities. But regardless of that, it seems like you have lots of choices to make. Of course, she also says that you might not even get to Mirror Lake without the Sword of Durman, because of the deep mists that block movement in there for anyone. Yeah, that's why we want the 4 pieces of the statuette to unlock the door that would lead you to the Sword of Durman. Apparently.
Some extra treasure and weapons wouldn't help either, I think.
It wouldn't hurt, that's for sure. But maybe it wouldn't help either. You never know. So yeah, now we have several different choices here. Southwest, southeast, due west, northwest. All sorts of directions.
The golden apple sounded pretty nice. If they're real.
It does, yeah. I think Ben dropped out of Foundry for some reason.
Golden apple tree is northwest.
I was
So much stuff northwest.
There's a lot of stuff northwest, yeah.
Yeah, I was agreeing with going northwest.
Okay, so we have 2 votes for northwest.
This is a long trip.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and just I guess we can do that. And since we've got an inventory question, since we bought all those bandages to keep people alive,
Yep.
is it best if I carry it all since I'm the medic, or is it better if it's spread out so everybody has at least one?
Isn't that a good question?
Well, yeah, everyone having at least one should be good. What if you get incapacitated? Yeah, unfortunate.
It
Because
would
didn't
be.
we pile it all on the mule?
You have a bunch on the mule, yeah. You have, what is it?
I don't
6
think the
ropes?
mule is gonna be able to apply the bandages.
No, this is true. Hooves, no opposable thumbs. Yeah.
Yeah, and what is the deal with using the bandages? Can anybody use them, and
Uh,
you just got a better. If you've got healing skill, you've got a better chance of it happening, or do you
No,
have to be?
you get a bane if you don't have the bandages, I think. Let's see now. What did it say? Or did it... Yeah, it's required to avoid a bane on healing rolls for saving lives. So, if you don't have bandages, you actually get a bane. This is provided you hit 0 hit points. That's when the thing comes in handy. Sir Quinlan currently has 3 rolls of bandages on his person. Omvar has none. I feel like Omvar should have some, right? There we go. Now you have a roll of bandages. And did anyone else want the roll of bandages as well, just in case?
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Very well.
I thought I already had some.
Oh, you already had
Yeah.
some?
It says I have 10.
Yeah, that's exact. Each roll is 10. It's 10 uses.
Yeah.
So.
We're like a traveling field hospital.
Yep.
We could save so many lives.
Yep. This is absolutely true. Out we go into the wilds, don't we? And we're gonna head northwest. And we're gonna turn back to our good old traveling rules. And that means, how long are we going to follow the road? Because as long as you follow the road, you don't need to roll any navigation rolls for bushcraft or for navigating the wilds. So that's good, at least.
From what the description we got, can we tell if the place we go into is north or south of the... What's this river called? Is that K or an R? Cumber River.
Exactly.
Cumber River.
Yeah, I think it's a K. No, it's an R, isn't it? Yeah.
It looks,
Rummer
it
River.
looks a slightly different font to the R in River, though.
Weird.
Maybe? No, I think it's an R. Yeah. Rummer River, because it's the same in the mountains. It's also Rummer Mountains, isn't it? Or is it? It might be slightly... Oh, you're right, because the little thing is Cumber River. Oh. I make noises sometimes. All right.
The question is, if we could tell from the rumour whether it's north or south of the river, that would tell us, like, if it's north of the river, we can stay on the road till we cross the bridge and then head off. But if it's south of the river, we need to come off at this first fork.
Yeah, the rumor doesn't tell you, no.
Of course it doesn't.
It's the Cumber River, because the mountains are the Cumber Mountains. So, yeah.
Okay, let's see. What's this place called? Fort Malice. Okay,
Yes.
let's look at this map and see which of these buildings looks more like a Fort Malice. Nothing bad ever happens.
Where nothing bad ever happens, exactly. You also had a ruin of some sort over here that you passed by. There. Every time it updates the rule set, it also updates all the maps and everything, so I have to remake all my markings. That's life. So, you have to decide how far to follow the road, but I think you're going to follow the road at least for a shift, very probably, because it's easier, isn't it?
Yeah. And plus, whichever way we go, there is also the question of getting sidetracked, because if we go north of the river, there's just stuff all the way to the northwest. And oh yeah, and that would also involve getting close to Mirror Lake, and we don't know how big a danger zone that projects. So going south of the river is probably the safer one. And then that cuts down the stuff there is, like there's a little ruin, a well, and then there's quite a bit of distance till we get to stuff deeper in the forest.
You can get yourself all the way up here in a single shift, because that's 15 kilometers. And it should be in relative safety, because you're close to the outskirts village, right? And then you just cut west from there. Who knows what ill things might befall you on this morning. Did you want to bring Alphelia or not?
I think we should.
It's extra firepower.
It would be, wouldn't it?
If she brings her own rations.
Oh my god, this is rough. She will bring her own rations, in fact, and she's quite pleased to be allowed to go with you. So, thank you. I hope that we'll be able to find what we need to thwart the threats from the demon worshippers. That is what she says, at least. I'm gonna put Alphelia with you guys. Alright. Travel starts in the early morning of this day. And so far it's so good, right? You have decent enough weather. It's still spring-ish or very early summer. Unlike in warm climates, we're gonna get about 50 degrees Fahrenheit, 10 degrees Celsius as we're setting out. Which I guess is winter where you are, Ben. Or does it even get that cold?
Yeah.
In the winter?
Technically, it's 38 out right now. This is like the coldest. I just had to put on a hoodie. It's like freezing in here. Which, I mean, this is like summer weather for you Canadians, right? So.
No, it's not. It's really not. 38 it's fall weather. Yeah. Or early spring. You can tell by whether or not the water has frozen. If the water is in a liquid state, it's not winter in Canada, generally speaking.
I've never... Yeah, the water doesn't do that here.
Yeah. All right, so, yeah, we are heading out along the road, and everything is nice and dandy, except for the strong wind that is grabbing any cloaks on any person in the party and flapping it wildly around you. I guess the wind chill, because of the strong gale, actually makes it a bit cold. Not cold enough for you to have to roll for it, but cold enough to shiver at the very least. Certainly doesn't do anything to make the journey a more pleasant one. But as you're walking along the road, you will find that the road is in fact far from abandoned. There's a cart coming towards you. It's drawn by a donkey, and the person who is holding the reins of said donkey and has a long stick with a little bit of a whip on it to make it move, it's a halfling. Yeah. And I'm guessing you can't really hide with your donkeys. In the wind, he's gonna wave his stick and shout, "Hello there! Hello! Hello?
Hello?
Hello! Hello, good friends, adventurers! He's trying to make his voice heard over the strong wind. It's not always easy, is it? But he tries. And he will bow deeply. My friends, my name is Theobald. I am a simple merchant. And he has mitts over his fingers because of the wind. Maybe I could interest you in some of my goods. I'm headed to Outskirt and do some trade there. He's smiling, a salesman smile, and looking towards his cart. Torn between, should I open up the flaps on the cart that keeps my stuff down to show off my wares? Or should I not? Because if I do it, it's going to flap wildly in the gale. Yeah. Are you interested in buying anything at all from this halfling merchant?
Dealmaker, you can take everything he has. See, we haven't got much left, have we? But we can. Maybe there's something we'll want.
You've just completed your big shopping turn. He has probably the worst timing of any merchant at all. Yeah, I'm
Likely
Well, on
to
the other
decline
hand,
here.
he'll sell well once he gets there because we've cleaned him out.
I have the best deals. Yes, I have all the best. Are you sure? Very well, he mutters as he's trying to do his salesman pitch and clearly failing. And it's really not the best place to do any shopping either, with all the wind blowing and trying to get a receipt written here. It's going to be hopeless.
If you need to return an item, he'll be gone before you know it. That's just not very practical.
This is, yeah, no, it's selling as is, no returns, I'm afraid, because how would I find you again? And he's holding on to his cap in the wind. Best of luck to all of you. I hope that you are very successful and bring home a lot of loot. I've heard that some adventurers have gotten very lucky in this vale indeed. Of course, watch out for the orcs. They say, I haven't seen too many myself, but they say that a lifetime ago it was the orcs who ran things in the Misty Vale, and no one knows why they left, but apparently there's a new chieftain in the valley. He's called Maladuke, and he might want to reclaim the valley. Watch out for them. No
As if
reactions
the
at all.
goblins weren't bad enough.
It's a wild valley. I don't go very far outside of outskirts myself. I try to stay close enough to be able to have my lunch and go back to outskirts or one of the farms at least, because you never know what happens away from the roads and all. But I'm not a brave adventurer like you. Yes.
Probably best not to get your eyeballs plucked out and collected in a cave.
He just looks at you really weirdly and, yeah, I would not want that to happen, that is for sure. Then,
Indeed.
lady, gentlemen, holds onto his hat. Very well, I'll bid you the best of day, and may all the gods be with you. Yes. And he trudges along, back towards outskirt. So, that is the event of the morning. Yeah.
Let's hope he keeps his eyeballs.
He's not heading to southeast of outskirt, he's just heading to outskirt. Or maybe to some of the farms around outskirt. You never know with a wandering peddler like this. Yeah, we made it to lunch, everyone. It's on the road, and apparently after this you will have to venture into the wilds, because from here you're going, if you follow the road, you'll end up not northwest, that's for sure. More like northeast. But it's still open terrain here until you get out to like the more forested parts. But we will need someone to roll for navigation. You should be able to get around here-ish before nightfall. That's a thing.
Who do we normally have doing the navigation?
That would be whoever is best at bushcraft, I believe, which is probably Ombar.
Yeah, I'm only a 6, so...
Yeah. Uh-oh. Do we want to push that roll or not? Because that failed.
Yeah, I'll do it, and I'll go with exhausted.
Very well. Navigating in the wind like this, it can be exhausting, that is for sure. But you do succeed, don't you? Very nice. And we will thus leave the road and head out over open terrain into the wilds. And apparently, so far, having not been attacked by anything terrible. Isn't that nice?
How
That
big
might
is this
change
river
things.
that we're going along?
What was that?
How big is the river that we're going alongside?
Big enough to be very tricky to cross without a bridge. Not impossible. I think some swimming checks might be in order, which with those of you who have
Easy.
full plate would be... Though, to be fair, if anyone with full plate has a chance, it would be Sir Quinlan, because he is a mallard. And a mallard, of course, has webbed feet, which gives you a boon on all swimming checks. Between the plate armor, which actually does, I think it gives a bane on swimming checks, but it's not listed on the character sheet. No, it doesn't give you a bane on the swimming check. It just means that you have to roll it much more frequently. That's how it works. Between the plate armor and your webbed feet, you might actually be able to make the swim. Alphelia, being a human, probably not. So...
Humans.
Humans. Yeah, she doesn't say a whole lot. She's mostly quiet and serious-minded and just looks out over the wilderness and trudges along, her warhammer at the side, and Even as Grody is trying to... Yeah, Grody is still with us. And lo and behold, I fixed his token, so it's not going to make the annoying thing anymore. Yay. He's trying to chat her up a little bit because he is, after all, a bard. It's what he does. But with little success this time, unfortunately. There's that.
We got further than that.
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely going to get further than that. Unless something bad happens, of course.
Oh
Could it be
no.
that something bad happens?
Is it the dragons?
It could be. Apparently, you are, in fact, not being accosted by anything evil this time. I'm gonna have you stop for camp there. You're, after all, entering a copse of woods. And that slows down the travel a little bit. But it's been a whole day of traveling. Of course, you had your meal at the tavern in the morning, so you didn't have to actually spend any of your rations. Your donkey, Luro, is all uncomfortable with the whole bad weather and everything, but here we are. Do you want to do a forced march, or are you satisfied with today's progress over the fairly deserted landscape? We have seen during the entire day one halfling.
What does forced march do to us?
It makes you exhausted, and because you're already exhausted, you can. Okay, fair enough. That answers the question.
Oh, really? Not really a need for it at the moment.
Not really a need, no. It's time to make camp.
Make use of all that luxurious camping equipment we got.
Exactly. Now you need to make a bushcraft roll to find a suitable resting place. Anyone without a sleeping fur gets a bane on the roll, but each character must make a bushcraft roll. It's a good thing you have the sleeping fur, isn't it? Though a tent grants a boon when you're making camp, thanks to having the tent, you don't actually have to make a roll for everyone. Why did you roll for bluffing, though?
I misclick. Whoops.
Yeah. You don't actually have to make
He's
full
pretending
tents.
he knows about camping.
You have a tent for 6 people. Yeah, you can... You have... Omvar has succeeded in setting up the tent, so everybody else does not need to set up the tent.
Yay.
Yay. You have a camp, and I guess you have a fire going. You must have found some little place shielded from the worst of the wind, so you can actually put up a good camp with some nice heat, and even a bite if needed. I guess you can have someone keep watch while the tent is set up and everything, and so on, in case bad things happen.
I don't think we need to do it currently. But since we're we're in the woods and we're next to a river, we could hunt and fish here. So how would we actually do that if we needed to? Just a roll, or is there more?
Yeah. Omvar is busy setting up the camp, so you're not going to be able to do any fishing. But I know that there is an elf among you who's pretty good at the whole fishing part. Let's have a check at that, shall we? If you want to, food in the wilderness. There we go. Hunting and fishing roll to track down. We're looking fishing here. You have fishing gear. It's a hunting and fishing roll, and if it succeeds, you get a D4 rations of food with a fishing rod, which is what you have, I believe. Are we doing that?
Yeah. That can be tomorrow's breakfast. So we don't have to eat into our rations.
Absolutely.
Is the fishing rod's on the mule, right?
I think so, yes. The mule Luro has in the inventory a fishing rod. Yes, indeed. So you can just offload it and go down to the river and have a good 6 hours of fishing while you're at it.
I've got pretty good hunting and fishing, so I think I should be the one that does that.
That makes sense to me.
How do I offload it off of the mule?
I don't think that's going to be necessary. We know you have it.
Okay. So I just click hunting and fishing?
Indeed.
Oof. Failed.
Okay then, you have no luck today with fishing at all.
I'm gonna sleep after fishing, right? Can I push this?
You absolutely can. Who is keeping watch while we're setting up camp and so on? If anyone is.
I can do that.
Oh, Alphelia gets angry because of the wind. It's just grabbing hold of your hair and everything, and when you're trying to throw the line, it just blows away. I can see why you get angry in those conditions, and your fingers are numb from cold, as elven as you are. Yeah.
He isn't. Alphelia is pretty thin-skinned, so he gets easily frustrated.
Clearly. Why don't we roll for a D4 rations of food? They have to be cooked, though. 3 rations of food. Good fishing. Good fishing. Field rations. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There we go. Field ration. 1, 2, 3. That's provided, of course, that you get it cooked. I'm sure someone is going to cook that, right? Who is going to cook that? Oh, I know. It's going to be... No, I don't know. Food in the wilderness. Let's see now. Anyone eating raw fish or meat without is at risk of falling ill. Cooking up to 10 rations of food takes 1 shift. That's going to be the next shift then. We'll just have to wait until the morning with cooking, apparently. It's a bushcraft roll. But you have a boon because you have a field kitchen, don't you? You're very well equipped. If nobody else is keeping watch, Alphelia is definitely keeping watch, because she's... But I think Sir Quinlan said that he would be keeping watch.
Yeah, he'd give it a shot.
Your awareness is terrible.
Yes, but he would think he's good at it.
Fair. Okay, roll an awareness check then.
Also, if cooking takes a whole shift, that does tilt things in favour of Omvar just doing it with magic. We bought this thing, let's get some use out of it.
Yes. Yes, it doesn't it? I suppose it does. So... We're gonna have Aethuin is... Oh, is anyone sleeping during this shift while... So they can take watch during the night? I guess... Alphelia can do that? Or is Grody gonna sleep and do the night watch? What do you guys want?
Omvar is exhausted, so he definitely needs sleep.
Then you're not
Let
cooking then.
Grody do it.
So, Grody will... Omvar is sleeping this shift. And Grody is doing the night shift then. Or, no. So, Omvar will be doing the night shift because you're sleeping the evening shift, right? Is that how it's going to work? Okay. So, Grody is awake together with Sir Quinlan and the others. And Sir Quinlan is absolutely terrible, I say, at keeping watch. He's like the worst watch person ever in the history of ever. And everybody should be ashamed. Sad, but true. So we have a campsite here, and as you're sitting there and Aethuin is coming back from his fishing expedition and is sleeping in a tent somewhere... Wait, you were setting up the camp... okay. You're sleeping in a... If you're the one setting up the camp during the evening, then clearly you're not the one sleeping during the evening. Look at that. Grody or Alphelia will be sleeping. Who is sleeping? I'll roll a d2 then, because they're both NPCs and it doesn't matter. Apparently it's Alphelia having a nap during the evening so she can do the night watch. The rest of you are awake. And as you're all doing these things, suddenly, out of nowhere, a group of people comes out of the bushes, literally. They are unwashed thugs. And the leader has a greasy smile that leaves something to be desired in terms of both teeth and personal charm. Hand over your valuables, he hisses, or your lives and adventures end right here. I have a feeling this is bad news for you, isn't it?
They want our field kitchen.
Yes, they want all your things.
Guess they'll have to die.
Maybe. I guess.
How many of them are there anyway?
A bunch. Let me set things up for us. Let's see. Okay, let's go. Boom. This will be the one. Wait, which was that again? That was... Oh, okay, gotcha. Yes, no, not that one. That one. Okay. Here we are, and in a moment, when everybody can see everything, right? You should be able to see stuff in a moment.
It's very dark.
I know, it's
still very dark.
because I haven't put your tokens on the map yet. So
So dark.
It's so dark. We're all gonna die because it's too dark. No.
Should walk into tree branches.
Alphelia is
what I'd say.
sleeping. Grody is sitting around the camp. Umvar is setting up camp. And Sir Quinlan is blind as a bat. And that should be enough to give you some views. And we have... some bandits, apparently.
Unsuccessful adventurers.
Yes, exactly. They're surrounding you. They snuck up on you completely.
How could this have happened?
How could it? Maybe they saw Sir Quinlan and decided that they would approach from the other side, where he wasn't actually watching. Yeah. There we have them. You know what? I feel like this calls for initiative.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Right.
because these guys, they ain't playing around. I need to have a nicer token for the bandits eventually, clearly. Alright, draw your card.
Where is the initiative button? I never find it.
If you go to the crossed swords tab on the right hand, you will find your combat encounters. And there you can click.
Ah.
There we have it. Sir Quinlan has one. He has a 5. Yeah, this tracks because you should basically all be surprised by these guys. But you're not entirely surprised because you are surprised in the sense that you don't have your weapons out yet. That's the only way you're surprised. And they
But
have
why
theirs.
did he announce his presence? That's just
Right?
dumb.
He expected you all to just roll over and die, and you don't. Or do you? Are you giving up all your valuables? Let's just check for the sake of checking. Are you giving them all your valuables? I figured not, but I should check, just for the protocol, right? Alright, we have one bandit here who can see...
Those iron arrows cost something. They can have them. Express delivery.
Pointy end forward.
Pointy and forward. Absolutely. Alright, so we have a wide range of target selections. I'm actually going to put Alphelia over here because it makes more sense to me that he's coming in from a direction they're not necessarily watching. So it's basically Grody or Umvar. Obviously it's going to be Grody, right? Because Grody is the easiest person to see. they're gonna shoot Grody. Your bard, your minstrel, the man who makes the music. Isn't it sad? That's a hit. Ah! Grody screams in pain as he could evade that, actually. I think he's gonna try to evade that, because otherwise, ow. That's his action for this time. He's just trying to evade, and he succeeds. He had a 6. The arrow is coming for him, and he just jumps to the ground and rolls, and his flappy feet flaps in the air, and that's basically it. Yeah. Omvar.
The light just went in the dark.
Yep, that's because we have your point of view now.
Okay, what's the range on my short bow?
It's 30, so they're well within range.
Yeah,
This
one
30
is
meters.
Oh, that's fine then.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is if it's meters, this is almost don't ever worry about the range, kinda.
Yeah, I mean on some maps you will, but not here because we're in such terrain.
Yeah, I guess I will just drop I'll go after this closest one.
So is the yeah, okay, go ahead. We have to get our weapons ready, but readying your weapons is a free action, I believe, so that's fine. Or is it? Yeah, it's a free action. You just, because you have a weapon at hand and you just shoot at him then.
Yep. The short bow. As a target or
You don't have to. We know who you're targeting.
And,
This one doesn't. I don't think this system has automatic damage reduction for targets, unfortunately, which is very sad.
Okay, so I just click on short bow.
Yep. You go to your main and you click on your weapons, and you have on your weapons on your main tab, and you click short bow.
Right. See, I was doing it in the equipment.
Yeah, no, you want to do it on the main page.
Okay.
You can do it.
Yeah.
And it misses just barely, unless you push your roll.
What? Right. I'll be angry.
Very well. You are angry, and you're still angry because that arrow just passed by entirely, and nope, not today. Do you want to move as well? You do have a lot of movement on yourself. 14 meters of movement. I feel like we should configure this.
Yeah,
to be...
if this will help, I'll go in the tent and try and wake up.
Alphelia.
Was Alphelia? Yeah, I'll try and wake her up, and even if she doesn't wake up immediately, I'll be there to protect her until she is awake.
Very well. All right, so that's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be easy for you to get there. Barely an inconvenience. Okay, you are in the tent, running in there. I'm gonna say that next turn you will actually shake her up and wake her up. Though she might wake from the commotion, because they're screaming and whatnot. I'm actually going to roll her awareness while I'm remembering that and see if she would... Nope, she is sleeping so deeply that she is definitely... You need to shake her up to get her waking up. Because you didn't know that such a grumpy lady could snore so loudly, I guess. All right. We have another bandit who... Can this bandit even see Sir Quinlan? Probably. But I feel like Grody is a better mark, isn't he? Let's move a few meters like that. And then shoot Grody! Because we can. He's standing right there and he's already done his evasion for this turn. And that failed. Grody, the Mudman, lives to fight another day. At least for now. Sir Quinlan! What is this ambush?
Yes, they lack all honor. They must all be killed.
Yes, clearly. You have 6 meters of movement. which is the slowest movement anybody has ever heard of, probably, because that is your...
Oh, you know, at least this one came close already.
Exactly. You are short, and you have terrible agility, so you're literally waddling forward, probably looking a bit like E.T. for those who remember that movie. I'm old, so 4 meters to get there, and then smack with something. What do we want to hit it with? I guess a broadsword.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, we're bringing out our tools here. So, and he's already used his action, so he's not going to be able to pack. What? Okay.
Again?
That started well, Sir Quinlan.
Why do I keep
Feather
rolling
Fury.
demons?
And you, I guess you're used to D&D. As such,
Ugh.
let's check out your absolutely terrible roll here. Mishap melee. I'm gonna make you're all owners of that. So if you go into the rollable tables on the right-hand panel and go to the combat damage folder under the rules folder, you will find melee mishaps. Roll on it, because that is what's happening now.
Oh dear.
Yeah, this is terrible. You slam your weapon into something hard and damage it. Any use of the weapon gets a bane until it's repaired by an artisan. That's a great start of your adventure, isn't it? Clang! It's like you hit a tree instead of the bandit, and you feel that shaking in your arm. I know, insert Donald Duck sounds right here. That is basically it. You can still move 1 square if you want to, but it is not mandatory.
I'll just get as close to him as possible.
You are as close to him as possible. All right. We've had a shower of arrows coming down on Grody the Mudman, and it's not over, because unlike... Okay, it doesn't do that. Unlike our friend Sir Quinlan, Grody doesn't have much in the way of armor, and Umvar is not visible, nor is Alphelia. So I guess he makes for an excellent target. The arrows just pouring in now, folks. Pouring in. And it missed again. Grody is like, what made me the pincushion? Quinlan, you're supposed to watch out for this sort of stuff.
You ever seen at the end of the film Hero, where at the end you just see the wall of the fortress is just covered in arrows with one human-shaped gap in it?
That's pretty much it. All right, Aethuin, you are up. You're carrying your fish to the camp. You're grumpy with your bad luck of fishing, but you have a short bow and you're not afraid to use it, are you?
Correct. Obviously, I will... You don't draw a bow. What do you do?
No, you can... It's a free action to... Any weapon at hand is a free action to get ready and use.
Oh, sure. I'm just trying to think of what you call it when you ready a bow, right?
I
Ready to
believe
bow.
you
No,
can use...
drawing a bow is like when you actually pull the string back.
Yeah,
But
that's why I'm
like,
thinking...
drawing
You can
it in the
use
sense
your-
of the way you draw a pistol.
If
What would
you,
the name for that be?
you can use your... I believe you can use... Wait a minute. Can you? Let's have a look here again. Combat and damage. Range combat. Obscured. Parry. I think you have to aim is like an action, isn't it? Actions.
How far can I
Doesn't
move?
say, so... Okay, then.
No, so he's gonna ready his bow, right? So he's gonna take his bow, get ready. So you said it's a free action.
Yep.
How far can I move? Oh, where is that?
You can move 12 meters, so 6 squares.
Okay.
There, that's as far as you get.
Yeah, and it seems a little. I don't want to just walk into all the enemy. But I do need to get closer. Okay. So I can see this one here.
I would say your best line of sight would be this guy, really.
That guy. Yep. Okay. And then, all right. So I'm gonna try to shoot him.
Yeah.
Ranged attack. Oof.
Everybody's failing.
I am not going to push that roll.
Very well. The
I'm
arrow
already angry.
flies into the darkness, and you don't hear any screams, so clearly you didn't hit anything. Alphelia is sleeping deeply at the moment because she didn't get woken up by Omvar just yet. And here's a bandit who is going to... Now there is another target to shoot, isn't
Oh
there?
dear.
And there's also Sir Quinlan, but he has all the metal on him. But this target is very awkward to hit, while Mr. Grody the Mudman... What? Why is it doing that? I hate when it does that. It takes all the tokens at once. It's really annoying. Please don't do that, machine. Ah! Why do you even do that? Stop.
I see it. 2 of them are selected, so that would explain that. But there's a third one at the bottom left that also moves that isn't selected.
Now,
so
the
it's
shadowed
not-
one is like the next person in initiative, so I don't know why it does that.
There's
sometimes.
4 of them moving.
Yeah, I know. It's weird. It's okay. Stop doing that.
It's a
please.
hive mind.
Yes, the hive mind. Okay, I'm gonna move them back again. There we go.
Oh.
Now it's correct. Thank you. Don't know why it does that sometimes. So I guess we're shooting Grody again, because that's the only good line of sight he has. Don't worry, they'll come for the rest of you later. That's a hit. Grody is hit, everybody. But it's only 1 point of damage, and he has 1 point of leather, so it glances off his leather. Grody has been extraordinarily lucky so far this fight. Stop shooting me! Screams Grody. Alright, this guy out here, who has just been shot by Aethuin, is probably going to shoot back at Aethuin. I feel like that's a good idea.
Oof.
Oh my god. That's bad news for Aethuin, clearly.
Yes.
Yes. And you've already used your action to shoot. Oh, Aethuin feels that one. 12 points of damage. Right
That's
in the
real bad.
something place. You have 1 point of leather, so you only take 11. Yay, you're not down yet. Staggers from that hit. Ugh. Ah, you felt that one. Omvar is needed. Grody can do something, and I feel like he is going to nerf all the bad guys with his musician ability right now. He brings out his horn, and he blows it really hard to nerf all the bad guys, so they now have negative Bane on all the enemies who are within 100 meters, which is all of them. He is not using his short bow right now, and he is not using any of the other weapons. Thank you very much. He is using his bow. He's scaring every enemy for the rest of this turn. And then he's going to move away from here because this is a terrible place to be. There or something. Like behind Sir Quinlan, whatever, in the shrubberies. Can he lie down? Really? Really? Okay, there we go. He might be able to lie down as well, can't he? Like a free action. Nope, he can throw himself to the ground. So he's going to do that. So he's harder to spot for all the people with bows. Which leaves us with one bandit left who can do something bad. And he can only really see Sir Quinlan over there. So I guess he'll try to hit Sir Quinlan. Which is useless because of all the armor, but it's something. Doing! It's gonna hit you, Sir Quinlan. It's not hitting Aether. Sorry, I targeted the wrong guy. It's hitting you. And... wow. That was an amazing success. It actually hurts. It goes through the plate somehow.
Ow.
Ow. You take 2 points of damage from that because of all your armor. So I guess it leaves a bit of a knock on... or does he hit the little gap between your shoulder and your... I don't know, somewhere. You felt that. Not a lot, because you still have 15 hit points left, but still, you felt it. Alright, Sir Quinlan, you are a guardian. You can't use that at the moment. We have new initiatives coming up, and this time, Sir Quinlan is first. Because every turn in this game, you draw a new initiative. Unless you are a veteran, and you can spend some willpower points to keep your initiative. So, Sir Quinlan, you can attack this guy. With a bane,
yes.
Unfortunately, because your broadsword is knocked and wobbly in your hand.
So could I use my shield to bash him instead?
You can do that, yes. It does a d8 damage.
Alright.
Shield bash.
But
Flablompa.
under which skill does it fall?
It's the same skill. You just click on the small shield and it does the rolling for you.
It does?
Yep. It might be with a bane because it's on your offhand, but so maybe it doesn't matter.
Wait, it's gonna be a bane regardless, or?
Let's see now. Melee combat, grip.
Seems a bit strange.
Let's see. Do we have... I don't think we have the ambidextrous ability among heroics. So, no, it doesn't matter. Go ahead. In some games, offhand gives you negatives. Not in this one.
If this was
I'm not
a really
doing an elaborate
crunchy
maneuver at least.
Yeah.
If this was a really crunchy simulation game, there'd probably be different rules depending if it was a strap-held or boss-gripped shield.
Probably, yes. But it's not. You succeed. Wait a minute. I'm gonna evade that. I can't parry a shield, necessarily, with a short sword, but I can jump out of the way to not get hit. And I succeed! The bandit jumps out of the way as you're trying to shove your shield on the bandit, and it fails. So, there we are.
Coward!
Yeah, very annoying. Okay. He's already succeeded in... wait, in hitting you once, hasn't he? Let's try to hit you again. New pincushion appointed. Sir Quinlan. It hits. And does no damage because you have 8 points in armor. Ding! This is why I didn't target Sir Quinlan last time. Alphelia is still sleeping because she rolled a 20. We have another bandit who is right over here and is going to help out his friend here and try to attack you with a short sword. Try to find a weak spot in your armor because that's the only reasonable thing to do against a guy like yourself. Fails miserably. Sir Quinlan, who is about half the size of these two human bandits, is the feathered fury is going at it, and they're trying to find a way to stop this feathered fury, and they're failing miserably. All right, yeah, we have another shot at Aethuin here. This sounds exactly what we want to do. And it hits. Right. Aethuin is in great trouble unless you want to evade, Aethuin.
How do I do that?
You roll evade, the skill.
Okay.
Which you have a lot of. But that means that you have used your action for this turn. So next time you can only move. You can't actually shoot anyone.
That's fine.
Yeah. The arrow comes towards you and you see it in time and just step out of the way and it right across your ear, your very pointy ear. Umvar is probably going to use the action to wake Alphelia up, aren't you?
Because the action economy is currently terrible and we need all the help we can get.
Yep. That's why you need the heroic abilities in time. She is waking up and going, huh? What? And you're going, help! Did you want to move as well, or are you fine where you are?
How does my healing magic work? Does it have range, or do I have to be close?
Your healing magic works. First of all, you can't carry the quiver with all the iron arrows. But you have to touch them. Yeah.
So it's when should I come to you or are you coming to me? It's when is the most in need, yeah. Oh god, near death. Yeah, okay. I'll head off to Aethwin just to stop him getting hit again.
All right. So that's gonna be. I think that's all the movement you have. 14. You're almost getting to Aethun. You're like 1 square away there. Because you go out of the tent and then you rush. Ah, we've seen someone rush here. So let's deal with that someone, shall we? Omvar is going to take an arrow to the knee. And then he'll never be an adventurer again, right? Wow, I roll amazingly. I'm so sorry, guys. They are rolling very well indeed. 6 points of damage on Umvar. 5 points of damage. Ah! You felt that one, didn't you? Aethuin is up and cannot attack anything, but he could run and hide or something?
Yes, that's... Actually, I need bandages, so I'm just going to move closer to
That makes sense.
Umvar. Because I'm pretty
This
hurt.
fellow is attacking our friend Sir Quinlan with with short sword, trying to find a weak spot and succeeding. Okay. Ow. Okay then. I believe he
Throwing
just
armor is
ignored-
allowed to do that.
Yeah. So that's bad. 8 points of damage. Ow. Sir Quinlan is badly injured as that finds that spot between the breastplate and the somewhere and shanks you. They are ganged up on you. No, I'm stupid. I'm so sorry. Oh my god. Why do I always forget this? I have to re-roll like all the rolls. Because Grody has nerfed everyone. Okay. Jesus Christ. He's doing the musician thing, and because I didn't have... Okay, I'm gonna do that so I don't forget it.
Damn it, Grody.
It's this thing. Like, everybody's covered by... I didn't mark it because I figured why the whole battlefield is covered by it, and then I immediately forgot about it, so... Let's see
He
now.
doesn't do his explosions anymore, so I suppose...
Because
no
I removed
reminder.
them because they were annoying. Okay, that one doesn't matter because... But... And this one... doesn't matter. This one matters, so I'm gonna roll another d20 because he has a Bane, and if that one gets too high, he misses. Okay, he misses. You don't take those 8 points of damage. You've only taken 2 points of damage. Omvar might also not be hit. Jesus Christ, I keep forgetting. He is actually hit, so that is still a hit. And Aethuin hasn't been hit this turn, have you? Have you been hit this turn, Aethuin?
Sorry, I was muted. I evaded.
Oh, but you don't have to evade if the thing misses, which it might. Let's be fair. Let's fix this. Nope, it would still have hit. Okay, that's still correct. Fair enough. Okay, there we go. I think I have corrected my stupid mistake. This guy was over there. This guy is over there. And this guy was over there, and he was shooting someone, and it just bounced off. Okay, so it's all good now. Grody will keep blowing that trumpet, because we need it, don't we? We need to nerf these guys as much as we possibly can. So this bandit will try to hit...
Grody is just looking at the moment like a really freakish tarot card, just laying on his back, blowing a trumpet at the sky.
Exactly. Let's try to hit Umvar or Aethuin. It doesn't really matter. I'll roll a d2. And this time I'm gonna remember the nerf. So it's Umvar. And let's remember the nerf with a Bane because of the scary music. And I roll just ridiculously good. It's not a critical success though, so you're fine for that. Ooh, this guy critted you at the end of last term, didn't he, Aethuin?
Yes.
I don't think he critted you, because what is the odds to roll 2d20 that are ones? No. So you don't take double damage, you take normal damage. So that's much better for you, isn't it?
Indeed.
Indeed. I'm so sorry I forgot about the musician. Please help me keep track of that kind of stuff, because that was embarrassing from my point of view.
Must be the age.
Yes, I'm definitely blaming the age. Absolutely.
One of the few advantages.
Anyhow, now you feel much better, don't you? Anyway. This guy is shooting Umvar then. Gee. So I guess Grody is the one to save everyone, thanks to his bugling. Oh, did I... Nope, that was Sir Quinlan. Here we go. Short bow with the Bane. No, but I already rolled that, didn't I? I don't remember. This one missed. Okay. There we go. Everything is fine now. It's all as it should be. This confused GM is hiding under a table somewhere. Okay, finally, Alphelia is in the fight, but she's not pleased with the 4 initiatives. I think she wants to have a different one. Here we go. And that was much better. Grody keeps blowing the bugle. It's bad when he gets a number 1 because you want him to be like the last person in the turn. Every turn. He just keeps those willpower points. He has 1 more turn in him to blow this bugle and scare people. That's what he's doing. Alphelia is now coming out. Unfortunately, she does not have armor on because obviously she was sleeping without it. But she's just storming out with her hammer and her shield. Basically naked, probably. Doesn't care at all because she is going to mess some people up here with her Morningstar. Smack. And that's a hit. I guess this person is just tossing the short sword and short bow and grabbing the short sword to parry, but has a Bane because of the horrifying bugling. And that means he misses completely and she does damage. Finally, someone does damage to someone around here. And that's a lot of damage right there. 14 points. Just murder Bandit. And yeah, that is in fact murder. Bandit is instantly dead. Caved in skull. He just rushes out there. BAM! And Bandit just... where did she come from? And then she'll take those extra steps to get closer to the next one. And that is her turn. Who is feeling like Alphelia is saving the entire group right now? Sir Quinlan, you are still being victimized by these big people who are picking on not someone their own size. They have a Bane extra, of course, to try and find that weak spot. And failed. Look at that roll, though. It's a 2 and a 10. It's just so good rolling from me, this fight, isn't it?
Stop it, please.
But it still missed, though, so you're fine. This one is, in fact, going to attack Alphelia, who has... She is defensive. And defensive allows her to parry an attack without consuming her action for this turn. Can be used anytime during the combat. So she can actually parry this short sword coming at her. Which she will need to because, ow, she's getting stabbed something horribly. You know what? I don't even know that... Okay. She will just have to take the damage, I guess, because that's a crit. She'll need a crit to negate that. Wow. No, it's not a crit because I forget you not reminding me of the Bane again. You fools. Okay. This person misses. It turns around, but the sound of this horn is horrible, and it's grabbing his ear, and it's just and misses her completely. Alphelia does not take any damage. Aethuin, you are considerably less damaged than you were, and I guess you can shoot something.
All right. I think this is the one I have the best.
Yeah, I agree.
Oof.
Ow, that is a hit. Has this person done anything yet? No, this person can evade. With a Bane! I'm remembering the Bane. There we go, Bane. 2 12s. You hit. Roll damage.
Alright.
That turned everything around. You just killed him with a single shot. Where is the shot hitting?
In his eye.
It's going to be the back of his head, probably, because his eye is directed at St. Quinlan, but I take your point.
That's where the arrow comes out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, good point.
There's not even a moan. It's just an arrow through the eye. You're standing there, Sir Quinlan, just fencing furiously with your shield, and down he goes. They go. I don't know the gender of these guys. One of them is a dude, but that's all I know.
They're bandits, isn't that their gender?
Bandits, exactly. Okay, since this one failed miserably, why don't we run up against Alphelia and try to kill her again with a Bane, with a short sword. Bane, because of the horrifying noise from Grody the Mudman. And it misses yet again. Their ears are hurt. Umvar, are we going to toss Quiver to the ground and do healing magic?
Actually, I don't think he needs it as urgently now because of do it if you want it, but I think my best bet is putting an arrow into another one and just keeping the momentum going.
Very well. Shoot this
One
guy.
that's already acted so they can't dodge.
Yeah, that would be this guy, for example.
Yep.
Can shoot him in the back. Yeah. Yeah, that's a hit. Roll damage. Ugh. He's not dead yet, but that was a lot of hurt. You've killed 2 of them so far, and hurt 1. Okay, we have a bandit here who is definitely going to try to shoot Alphelia in the back. But that ruckus from the horn is just so bad on the ears. So that's a mishap. Suddenly all my crits and everything have disappeared completely. And okay, this person is basically doing just both hands to cover the ears. And just, the noise. Grody can run next to someone and just go. Shoot the support characters first. That's the first rule in all the combats, isn't it? Okay, Sir Quinlan, are we gonna stab someone?
Gonna bash with the shield, but I think it's time to get angry.
Ooh, we're gonna use your ill-tempered.
Yes.
So you get a boon on the roll and bash for the shield.
What is it? Boons 1?
Yes, indeed.
Yes, let's bash him.
Oh my god. Yeah, you succeeded. Only just thanks to the boon. Your rolls today have not been encouraging. This guy has already acted. Feel free to roll damage. Wow, your damage is dynamite because if nothing else, Sir Quinlan is an absolute muscle maniac. He is the beefiest mallard anyone has ever seen, and 13 points of damage just absolutely crushes this guy.
Awakened the feathered fury.
Yes, he awakened the. How do you kill someone with a shield?
Keep bashing him in the face with the shields repeatedly till it's only a mushy mesh.
He's just a mess. Oh my god, blood everywhere. This show is rated
Quinlan.
bloody for bloody. Yeah.
Is Sir Quinlan just like 4 feet tall and 4 feet wide, all of it muscle?
Yes, basically.
Uh,
You can move 6 meters if you want to.
I suppose I'll move closer to where the rest of the action is going.
So that's 3 squares. You waddle slowly
fast.
towards the action.
Screaming now, of course.
We have now the problem for Sir Quinlan. He is very slow. If people don't actually walk up to him to fight him, he will not be able to reach them. Oh my
I'm
god.
not sure how much they'll be inclined to do so with him screaming and waving a bloody shield with their comrade's mushy tissue still on it.
Unlikely. In the future, all people who fight against Sir Quinlan and realize how slow he is will just scoot out of the way every turn. And he'll have to run after them on the battlefield. Oh my god. Sorry. I couldn't resist. Alphelia will keep her initiative, thank you very much, by using her veteran ability, which uses 1 willpower point, but that means that she doesn't actually have to trade her initiative. She keeps it at a 2. And I think these bandits have started realizing that this has turned decisively against them, with 3 of them dead. Yeah, we're running. Bye! I'm out of here. Alphelia is not done with them yet. And she's gonna take care of this guy here who is not dead yet. And that's a hit. And that person will obviously try to block that with the sword, with a parry, with a bane, because Grody hasn't acted yet, so it's still a heck of a ruckus going on here. So that's a success. Clang! Hammer against sword. Omvar is up. You can shoot someone if you want.
Yeah. I'll finish off this one who's near death.
Very well. Ugh. Or not.
Getting ridiculous. I'll take disheartened to push it.
Very well. That is a
I was really
success.
disheartened.
Or, no, it's not a success, because you're a 13. Okay, you're... What is your short bow skill? 12. So close. Yeah, you are disheartened. I can't hit them. Okay, wait, last time you hit them pretty well. We have one bandit here who is seeing how everything has unfolded and getting out. Bye. That leaves a grand total of 1 person left to fight. And I think Grody is gonna... do you want him to keep blowing that? Okay, we'll keep blowing that bugle. Why not? This is the last turn he can do it. He's getting very tired here, Grody is. But Aethuin, you can do things now.
Okay, I'm gonna move to get a little bit of a better...
Line of sight.
Yeah, and that's the only one I can see, right? Is
Yep.
This guy. So...
Yeah, the others have disappeared into the bushes. That's a hit.
Or possibly a hit.
Possibly. Yeah, he could actually evade. No, he parried, so he can't evade.
He did. Okay. So,
So it is a hit. 2 points of damage? That is so sad, but as it turns out, it is exactly what was needed to bring him down. He was like, after that first arrow hit him in the back, and then... and falls over dead. And that is the end of that fight. So, there you are in the clearing. Dead bodies all around. That was a close one. Unless Grody Without Grody's blowing of the bugle there, you would have been in great trouble. Make sure he doesn't die is my piece of advice right now. Look, you have a campfire. Do we want to do the... I don't know that you need to do any healing magic here because you have... You're going to sleep soon anyway, aren't you?
Hopefully.
Strip the corpses time.
Oh, that part! Yeah, these bandits were not terribly well equipped and probably wish that they had followed a different career path. But they do have short bows and short swords and quivers. So that's 4 of those. And I guess I could put all of those on Luro. Right?
And that's the cash cow. Remember how much we got for the short bows last time?
Right? We're gonna be rich, everybody.
This is going to create a logistics problem. We could end up being carrying so much loot we can never get to the extent of the map because we have so much we have to take it back and sell it.
Woe betides us. Wait a minute, let's see now. I think we have just over-encumbered our poor mule, haven't we? This mule can cover how much again? A mule can carry.
I think it'll be okay because we'll be able to eat some food tomorrow morning and that'll bring our encumbrance back down again.
It will. Animal.
It's in your stomach, apparently it doesn't weigh anything.
Oh, donkey, not mule. It can carry 10 weight units. Yeah, this poor animal it can carry 14 thanks to the saddlebags. It's now at an encumbrance of 21? No, it isn't, because it's not actually carrying... Someone else will have to... It will be when you pack the tent again. Because between the tent and the fishing rod, that's 15. Yeah. It is not actually carrying any of the food. I'm afraid to say. Yeah. You have a problem with logistics again, gentlemen.
As I was saying, we can eat some of the food tomorrow morning.
Yes.
And that may solve the problem.
That may solve the problem. Another problem you have at the moment, of course, is that Alphelia woke up. She has not gotten a full night of rest, even if she got a kill. I think she's going to look towards Sir Quinlan and give him the stinky eye for not having spotted the ambush. And Grody is waddling up completely exhausted.
She's probably just going to have to go down and bathe in the river to get all the blood off because she didn't have her armor on.
Yep, that she will have to. Yeah. Who is going to keep watch when everybody else is sleeping? That's the question. The night watch. Because things can happen at night too, I'm afraid.
Omvar's current state is exhausted, angry, and disheartened.
Only angry? I guess I should probably...
I'll take the watch, says Alphelia. I'm fine. I'll just have to sleep tomorrow night. Yeah, she will don her armor and take the watch. So that means that the rest of you can sleep. A full night's sleep. Hopefully nothing bad happens in the big tent. What do you think? Will something bad happen?
Probably, maybe, perhaps.
It's me, so obviously something bad will happen. Nothing bad can happen.
I should grab a sword as well, right? Because the broadsword is damaged.
Your broadsword is damaged, so yes, you can definitely take yourself a short sword.
Yeah, so unequip it for... No, yeah, just put it there.
So that means that Luro will not be having to carry that particular short sword. Still over-equipped.
How much do short swords weigh?
1.
But they're short. Why do they weigh as much as a broadsword?
Because evil. Because simplification is the answer. There, you have a short sword.
Excellent.
You're fine as far as encumbrance goes. It's funny, because Sir Quinlan can carry more than the donkey. Because Sir Quinlan is nothing, is not super strong.
He really is a walking cube of muscle and
Yes,
feathers.
he is a walking cube of muscles and feathers. She will try to do the awareness roll for the night, keeping watch, but she has a 5, so at least it's not a fumble.
Oh, so first she gives me the stink eye and then she fucks it up as well.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe a little bit. But you will never know, because nothing happens. So as far as you're concerned, you are absolutely confident that she's an excellent night watch person. She will lose a d6 willpower points for staying up all night. Of course. 6, great. Yeah, perfect. That's half her willpower points gone. But all the rest of you can click the long rest button, because you get one of those.
Which are those? Round rest, stretch rest,
It's the-
shift rest.
It's the shift
Shift
rest.
rest.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, the bed.
The bed, indeed.
We certainly didn't bring those. Even if they would be foldable, the weight would be too much for the poor mule.
Yep.
Donkey. Donkey, right? Or,
Donkey,
yeah, we got
donkey, yeah. So Quinlan, Omvar, and Aethuin have all rested and are ready for a new day in the wilds. And that feels pretty good. Everybody's gonna eat something, right? She has her, Alphelia has her own rations, but 4 rations will be consumed by someone. Who are we removing rations from?
Who has the most?
Yeah.
I have 2.
Aethuin has 3, but those 3 are like raw fish, unless Omvar is cooking them with willpower points. Grody has... Oh, lots of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Shall we spend some of his? Why am I even asking? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I
He's
get...
a hero.
He's such a hero. Yes, he's carrying you, literally. And then we transfer some of that stuff from Luro to him.
Having to refresh Foundry because it got stuck on the black screen.
1, 2, 3. So he has now 4 of the short swords. And I'm afraid we're still over encumbered on Luro, so I guess we could let Alphelia carry a few short bows?
Sir Quinlan can handle it.
I've given her 4 short bows here.
What if she gets lost or runs off with 4 short bows? That would be bad.
It would be. And now Luro is no longer encumbered. He is at the carrying capacity exactly. Alright, we are ready for a new day of travels across this dangerous Misty Vale. And we're gonna head into the wilds now, and terrain is going to shift a little bit, get a little bit rougher. I'm not sure it's actually that rough yet, so I think you can make a good 15 kilometers per shift again. But we do need to have some bushcrafting here to find the proper path. Clearly.
Since we've got this map, do we want to look at the ruins and the well as we go?
The ruins are to the south. You can just get there in
No,
a
I mean,
single...
these obelisk ruins to the left.
Yeah, that's a possibility. You can't do both, I don't... Well, you could do both in a single shift, I guess. One... Nope, you can almost do both in a single... You get there if you do both. What do you think, you guys? Is that something we want to do?
Yes.
Very well. And look at this Pathfinder. He is excellent for you. He finds all the paths. Even though this game isn't even called Pathfinder, he finds them anyway. Is it possible to have a Pathfinder in a game not called Pathfinder? It's still blowing a heavy gale in this vale.
Yes, and we
That's
also lost
right.
someone on the Discord.
Oh no. Who did we lose on the Discord? Oh, we lost the Ben. He'll be back, I'm sure.
No.
No. He'll be back in a moment, I'm sure. Also, we're no longer at a campsite.
I wonder where those bandits went.
Away from you, is what I'm gonna say.
They probably just went back to their camp and started cleaning up their dead comrades' belongings amongst themselves.
I can see he had an internet connection dropping, so hopefully he'll be back in a moment.
Yes, the interwebs.
Yes, the notorious ones. We're out and about and walking in the strong gale, and Omvar is showing the way, looking at the map periodically to not get lost, and going due west. Thanks to the strong gale, I don't think there's a whole lot of clouds overhead, so that's going to help your navigation at least, even though everybody's a bit chilly. It's probably feeling like it's freezing under these temperatures. But you know what? There is, in fact, right here, a ruin, just as the map indicates. Much like another ruin you've seen, it's wall segments, basically, of what must have been an impressive fortress once upon a time. You will see reliefs on the wall that shows a figure in a horned dragon helmet. And you know by now who the figure in the horned dragon helmet is, don't you? The Dragon Emperor himself.
I was like an ancient graffiti artist. He just had to tag himself everywhere.
That is a feature of most emperors you will find. Hashtag old Rome. Do we want to stop here and search the ruin? Which unfortunately would take a while and might have you run into horrible dungeon monsters. Or do we want to go on somewhere else? There might be treasure, you never know. Who knows?
I like treasure.
That pretty much means stopping the journey and searching everything for the rest of the day, doesn't it?
And that would work because since the next any more travel wouldn't get us to the well anyway, so we're better off using up our time to make the most of this site.
Very well then. Great. We are stopping here for the day to search the ruins for any kind of treasures. And you know what? It's going to turn out to be a good choice. Because no undead warriors, no other treasure hunters, no monsters stuck behind a pillar emerge to attack you. Instead, you find treasures. You find 2 very nice treasures in a chest in a secret cellar. And one of them
Oh.
is 40 gold coins and the other is a lyre. You struck gold, you guys.
Money and a new instrument for our hero Grody.
Yes.
I mean, Grody can be like a virtuoso now and be playing 2 instruments at once.
He cannot, unfortunately. He cannot. But he will happily take the lyre if no one else wants it.
Okay, does the gold have mass as well? Are we getting weighed down on 2 fronts here?
The gold does have mass as well, I'm afraid, yeah. And now Grody the Mudman is officially over encumbered because he's carrying too much stuff. Who wants some stuff? How are we dividing the loot? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. That's fine. We can divide the gold evenly if you want to. 8
That
gold
seems
each.
fair. Yeah.
Yeah. I've updated Aethuin. Giving Alphelia her gold. Grody will get some gold. He's Omvar. Did you update your sheet?
Where does it even say where the...
Okay then, I'll put the gold on, because I'll take that as a no. It's under equipment, your inventory tab.
Yeah, I see it now.
And so Quinlan, have you updated your gold?
Not yet.
Then I'll update it for you. There we go. 23 gold in your pocket. And I think Grody is going to hand you a short sword. Because he doesn't need all of those. Now he's no longer encumbered. Yay!
Aha.
Haha. You're not encumbered either because you are a square of muscle and feathers. That is actually funny, isn't it?
I think we can probably get to the well, and then after that, we're probably going to have so much stuff. We're going to have to head back to town just to sell all the loot.
It's very sad problem to have, yes?
I was looking at the equipment list. We could buy a boat.
Yes, you could, theoretically. Yeah. Carry it down through the river and get your way up northwest somewhere.
You want to use it to ferry loot between where we're adventuring and just hire someone to be in charge of the boat to ferry it through so we can keep continuing.
That makes sense. All right. Who's going to set up camp for the night? Also, Alphelia is losing another D6 willpower points for being awake during this whole afternoon.
Can't she sleep on the mule? Donkey.
Mule's already encumbered bad enough. It doesn't need an armored knight on it.
Are you
This
calling
is
her
true.
fat?
She is very muscular too, let's just say. But yeah, she will definitely have to sleep in the evening shift now because she is so tired. So very
Okay, I'll roll
tired.
bushcraft as a camp.
It failed.
Oh no.
Are we gonna have a
Okay,
camping
so-
mishap?
Push it.
There we go. You're exhausted, but you managed to set up the camp so she can sleep again. And I guess we're back to the campsite again, aren't we? Except no dead people anymore.
Which is good.
Yes. Yes, it is. We considered that a good thing.
We probably shouldn't hunt or fish just so that we can pull down our inventory a bit.
Also, you still haven't cooked the fish. Isn't it like instant when you cook the fish though? Because cook food, it's instant. So you can just cook immediately whenever you want.
Okay.
You can roll against plants, cook up to 10 rations of food. Yeah, you can just immediately cook a bunch of food with a single willpower point. I guess you did? Or didn't you?
Yeah.
It's
All right.
cooked. Like there. There we go. Okay. So you have your willpower. Ben is back! Yay!
Yep, sorry about that. It's been happening a lot lately.
That's sad. But you have good news for you. You've traveled during the day, and you found a ruin, and you spent a shift exploring it, and nothing bad happened, and you actually found 40 gold and a lyre in the ruin. So, yay! You're getting richer again. And now Omvar is busy setting up camp, and Alphelia is gonna just faint in the tent because she's running out of willpower points. Even though she promised, she's gonna have to sleep during the evening shift. You are very far from a river right now, unfortunately. So you're in the hills. If you want to get more field rations, you'd have to hunt for them. Who's keeping watch this time? We have learned that Sir Quinlan, your awareness is even worse with your helmet on. So, you know, that's a thing. I guess Grody can keep watch, unless Aethuin wants to do that. Aethuin is the least bad at keeping watch in this group.
Yeah, I can keep watch.
All right, Grody is hanging out. We can have several people sleeping if we want to, or not. Grody's gonna sleep too, just because.
That's sinister. There's a bunch of birds circling in a pattern in the sky. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. It's probably too bleached out. But it looks really ominous, like some bad magic is being done.
Maybe they are all waiting for you to die so they can eat you.
That's what the Romans would say.
Why don't we have a roll from Aethuin the Watcher? The Watcher of the camp. To see if you spot any incoming ambushes while Sir Quinlan is waddling around and doing, I don't know what he's doing.
What I'm rolling awareness?
Yes, indeed. Oh, jeez. That was... Aethuin walks into a tree. Gunk! Oh! That's the second time we have someone fumbling the awareness check to guard the camp in an evening. So I guess the brigands caught up with you. Actually, the good news is they didn't. Nothing bad happens this evening. But dark clouds are sweeping in. Alphelia can keep watch now, and so can Grody, because she has now slept and has recovered all her willpower points. And Grody has slept as well, so good for him. And there we seem to have dropped Ben again. He has a lot of glitch today, unfortunately. Everybody's gonna have a long sleep while the two of them are patrolling. And let's see, I think the best person to watch stuff is actually Grody, the Mudman, because his awareness is not terrible. He succeeds without an awareness check. If something bad
what a
happens,
hero.
he will be able to warn you all in good time. But is something bad happening? That's the question. Nope, nothing. You have a good
Well, not
night's
here,
sleep
at
out
least.
in the wild. When you for once have successful awareness checks, nothing happens. Sad. Sad.
Shift rest.
Yep. Indeed.
All right, looks like I'm back in Foundry again.
Yay! Yeah, all the glitchies. It was a good night's rest. Everybody can recover your everything. And we are back on the main map again. So far, so good. You've met some bandits. You've fought them off. You have found some treasure. Wow. Ben's internet is the worst today. Where are we going? Are we going to the well this time?
I think we go to the well, clear out whatever we can there, then head back to town, sell everything we can, and buy a boat. And we've got like we've got free reign crosswise on the map.
You'd have to carry the boat down to the water and then go. But yes, you're right.
Maybe
What if
like they
it
just
gets
sell.
stolen?
Maybe they just sell the boat. Actually, there looks to be boats down by this broken ridge.
Possibly.
Not everything
It's a
you see is
farm.
for sale, of course.
It's a farm, yeah. There's a farm there for sure. Alright, so we want to go up to the well then, which requires Omvar to roll the classic bushcraft roll to make sure you don't get lost out in the wild.
Sorry about that. It keeps going up and down.
Yeah, we noticed it's troublesome for sure. Your crafter is succeeding in leading you across the map here. We have some dark clouds blowing in, unfortunately. I'll put that as, I don't know, fog, even though it's not really a fog, it's just a dark cloud. And what might we find at this well, if anything? Then, another ruin. You guys are in luck, aren't you? It does seem this particular emperor liked to put his stamp on everything. Also, water. Are we gonna spend a shift searching this place? Much like you did with the last one? Of course you are. I'm actually gonna let
Well,
you
of
do
course.
that in the same shift, so. Then, look at what you find in this ruin. You find yourselves more treasure. This is how you want to do adventuring, isn't it? Just find places and loot them without any danger. You find a master-crafted short sword.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Absolutely good stuff. This master-crafted short sword has a better durability than most. Who wants a master-crafted short sword? I get the feeling that Sir Quinlan will want it, because you are actually the one who's best with swords, aren't you?
Probably the best. And pity it isn't a broadsword. I can't look 3 swords in the blade.
Exactly. Well, there you go. You now have a master-crafted short sword. Very nice
A
thing.
master sword.
Yes. So I guess we're going to move the other short sword to your inventory and the master-crafted short sword to your actually, you know, at-hand weapons. That's not the only thing you find. You also find 30 silver coins. And
It could have been better.
that's 6 silver coins each. What do you mean could have been better? You're getting rich.
It's just silver. No one's ever gotten rich from just some pieces of silver.
Complaining, are you? Next time I throw in a demon for good measure.
Does the demon have more than a couple pieces of silver with him?
Maybe?
Depends on the value of the souls, I suppose he has collected.
Exactly.
Is there a variance in soul
Omvar?
value, or?
Omvar, did you add your silver, or am I adding your silver?
No.
Okay, very good. So I'm adding the silver. You're getting rich here. Definitely.
There we go, edit.
I've added it. Okay. It's the afternoon. And, oh, we haven't eaten anything today. We need to eat something today, don't we? That is 4 rations.
Yeah.
I can take them out of Grody the Mudman. He has 3 he can spend. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, a 4th one, in fact. That was every ration that we needed for today consumed. All right. We're getting... Grody is getting unburdened. He is no longer just at his encumbrance. He's 1 step below it. Yay. Afternoon. Where do we want to go now? Do we want to go back to the village to offload the loot, or do we want to keep pressing on towards the northwest to wherever you might find horrifying things?
I say go back to the village, sell loot, buy boat, and anything else we need. See, what are the movement rules with the boat? How much of an advantage will that give us getting along the river?
I don't know. Let's have a look. Off the top
It's
of my
probably
head.
upstream, unfortunately.
Yes, it is. A rowing boat. Carry 4 people and weigh 50 weight units. A sailing boat can carry 6 people and 100 weight units, and that's all. Otherwise, no impact on your traveling speed.
Does a donkey count as a person as far as room on the boat goes?
I guess it does, yes.
Although presumably it means we don't have to make... We have to make bushcraft rolls, because obviously we're not getting lost on the river, but is there like a sailing skill or something to not get into trouble with it?
There is a
Seamanship.
seamanship skill, yes. Anyone can row a boat or paddle a canoe slowly, but in more challenging situations, you need to roll for seamanship to steer a vessel over water. It can also be used for navigation. In this case, I don't think you have to worry about it at all. I don't know why you rolled, because you don't have a boat yet.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we're going to head back
How-
towards the
how-
village then.
How good is your seamanship skill? So you should be good since you're a mariner.
He's
Yeah.
good. He's good. We're going to head back towards the village. And we're going to need another bushcraft roll, obviously, to make your way slowly back. You're going to get that far this shift. That failed.
Onvar will become annoyed.
Clearly. And now he succeeds. Oh, I'm holding the map upside down. Urgh. And you hear a growl from Omvar as he is annoyed. And you are moving back towards safety, the safety of the village. Or is it the safety of the village? Who knows? Look at that! You're gonna catch up to a group of, during this travels in the evening here, probably as you're approaching the time to make camp, you're gonna see some people ahead of you. It's a human, a wolfkin who has chainmail and everything, and a mallard with a quarterstaff, and they're all bruised, taken a beating, and they have bandages and all sorts of things, showing their quiver is half full of the human, and yeah, they're just shaking their heads in dismay and trudging along under the dark clouds. What are we doing as we're seeing these folks? The wolfkin carries a sword, in fact, and a shield on the back.
Might as well call out to them and ask them how they got in such a sorry state.
Oh, hi there! Yeah, they're gonna be... Oh, hello! Adventurers? Adventurers? Are you adventurers or are you bandits?
No, but we killed some bandits earlier.
That's good to hear. We didn't. They're gonna say...
Dear.
Yeah, Wait, you're coming from the northwest? did you stumble? Did you go to the troll spire too?
No, we didn't get that far.
Ah, the troll spire is a dismal place. Shouldn't go there if I were you.
I assume there's trolls then there.
There's all sorts of nastiness over there. I'm telling you.
So what sort of, how bad a battered state are they in? Do they actually need medical attention, or will they be okay after a night's sleep?
One of them definitely has a critical injury. That would be actually two of them, both the warrior and the wizard.
Ouch.
Yep.
So I guess I haven't actually had a chance to try any of my magic yet, so I'll heal them.
Ooh, very well. Huh, look at that. Thank you so much. Yeah. We didn't really get... There's supposed to be a troll in there, but we didn't really get that far. There was a horrible toad in there. It attacked us, and it was a monster. It wasn't huge or so, but it was big enough the size of a toad, and it did a number on us, just let's say. Fast, that little bugger.
Yeah, I'm glad hearing that we didn't keep going to the northwest.
The wizard Mallard here, by the way, being a wizard, is going to be interested in exchanging wizardy type of talking. This wizard is, in fact, not an animist.
Good.
Oh, look at you. You are mastering the field of animism, I see. Myself, I'm an illusionist, says the Mallard. And does a magic trick that is illusionism. In this case, it's gonna be... I'm not sure. Probably... a glimpse. Yes. Look at this. And you think you see something at the edge of your eyes, but you don't really.
Okay, so shall we make the most of this exchange, some training? I'll teach him something, he can teach me something.
If that is the case, then I'm gonna have to ask someone else to do the bushcraft roll to set up camp. So, who's gonna?
My bushcraft's pretty low, so
Grody's
Same
bushcraft is a
here.
6. What is Sir Quinlan's bushcraft like?
4.
A 4. Wonderful.
mine's a
He's
6.
not very
but
clever.
I'll go for it.
Oh.
I got a 6.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh.
so close.
Oh.
Oh, you don't forget, you get a boon because of the tent.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll roll it one more time.
Oh, it worked. Good for you. Okay, we're setting up another camp. Lots of traveling this time, but that's how it goes. I feel like
Illusionism isn't in the main book, is it?
This is true. Yes, this is. I should actually include necromancy and stuff like that because there's a fanzine released to Dragonbane that has, because Dragonbane has been around since the mid 80s in Swedish. So a bunch of enthusiastic fans have basically converted all the magic schools from, or almost all the magic schools from all the old editions to this edition. So there's necromancy and illusionism and what else is there? Let's see now. Yeah, I don't remember. Symbolism, yes. That's another school of magic as well. But yeah, this guy knows this mallard. We have 3 mallard in a camp, you guys. I feel like we need a name for this wizard, don't we? Are we gonna have all of these adventurers join the group? You'll be unbeatable. But there's more there will be more people to split the loot with. Let's have a look here.
Depends on if they survive the battle.
Exactly.
No, that's perhaps a
You
bit
throwing them
cynical.
in first and then...
You can go first, we'll be right behind you.
Send the NPCs
Yes.
in first. Okay, learning magic. The easiest way is to learn from a teacher who already knows it. Takes 1 shift. You must then, let's see now, schools of magic. You can learn additional schools of magic by first acquiring the heroic ability magic talent and then studying under a teacher with a skill level. You already have magic talent, right? Because you're a wizard. I don't think you need to get magic talent for every school, right? You would need... Oh, you need to train for at least a week. So forget it. You guys are not going to train each other. Sorry about that.
What about
We could have
magic
had-
tricks? We just exchange magic tricks.
No, but you need to know the school first before you can learn the magic tricks from the school.
Okay.
So if this mallard has any general magic tricks, then you can exchange those. Let's see now. We have... How many magic tricks do we have in the book again? Let me see. Spell list. General magic. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then there's maybe an equal number. So I'll give him 3 magic tricks, and I'm going to roll 3d12 because I have no idea. This is... Random NPC has turned up. One of the magic tricks is a general one, but unfortunately it sends magic, so it's not something you can learn. Because you already know that one. Says the mallard, who still doesn't have a name. Quaxum. Yes. Master Quaxum the Wise. Or something. Master Quaxum, profession. Mage. Master Quaxum the Crookback? Shadowbringer. Yes, Shadowbringer. Because illusions. Quaxum Shadowbringer. We have one Quinlan here who needs to get his sword, his broadsword fixed, doesn't he?
Yes.
Though does that require a crafting check, maybe? Is that something you want to spend your afternoon doing?
We're gonna be back in town as well soon, but I suppose I can see if I can.
Okay, because typically
Repair
it
it,
takes
or at
one
least most-
shift to repair a damaged item, so you could use the evening to repair your item if you want.
Yes, why not?
You do need access to the appropriate tools. I guess that's blacksmith tools. So forget it. So,
Yeah,
no,
that's
what we figured. Okay. With all these people around, I declare that it's not going to be hard to keep watch, is it? Because someone will be able to. You have more than enough people to do that. And you're all limping back to the village, so I guess it's going to be a nice evening when you talk to Quaxum and Taras. Taras is the name of the Wolfkin warrior. And the human, who is called Nigren. It was a generator, random generator. Hunkle. How about that? Anyway, I'm just going with the generator here.
If we can't learn magic off them and they can't help repair our gear either, would we not be making... Would we still make camp, or would we just carry on going back to town?
You have made camp, right? Unless you want to do a forced march to get back, that would be... No, you can't even make it back, because that's...
Right.
Yeah, we're sleeping for the night, and someone is keeping watch, I'm sure. But given that this is now a group of almost 10 people, who's going to mess with you, right? Nobody's gonna mess with you, that's who. I guess we are more or less back to camp. Oh, look at that. Sleet. Sleet is coming down. You have no luck with the weather, do you? It's just cold and windy.
At least it's not freezing yet.
It's not freezing, but it's really annoying weather. We're gonna need someone to make a bushcraft roll to navigate back towards the village, because you're still not on the road. The 3 adventurers have lost their pathfinder, so they're happy to go with you guys. Why did you roll 2d2? Oh, but you should have done a resting thing. Everybody can
Oh, right,
rest
right,
up,
yeah.
you know.
I didn't,
But you succeed anyway, obviously, so everything is fine, right? So, are we going to the road first and then back, or straight back? Straight back you'll get there on a shift. Because there's no real difference in your pace here, I would say. So you might as well just go straight. Alright.
We just sort of run out of time right outside the gates.
Yep. So, by the time it is just afternoon, we are getting back into outskirt village. A whole band of wet and tired adventurers who are all coming back to this place. And rest and recuperation, I would think. That seems like an excellent place to stop the tale for this time and see if anyone levels up characters, like your skills and everything. So let's have a look, shall
That
we?
would be nice.
You want to level up stuff. I'm going to have to make character sheets for the 3 adventurers, aren't I? Because
Our army is growing.
your army is growing. Yeah, we'll see. Gee. Unless they decide to go somewhere else. You never know. You might have to persuade them to come with you. But there's only 3 of them left, and this is a scary place. You never know. Alright, Aethuan Salt Splash. Okay, we've had a session. You were here. Yay, that gives you a check mark. We haven't actually explored a new location. You've just been wandering the wilds. Did you defeat 1 or more dangerous adversaries? I would say so.
Yes.
Did you give in to your weakness? Not really, I don't think, because they
No.
attacked first. 2 check marks for you. Where do we
Yeah,
put those?
I want to put hunting and fishing is already high, but I think it should go. I actually do want to put 1 in bushcraft.
It seems like it's a good idea to have a reserve bushcraft master in case Omvar can't.
And 1 in healing.
That makes sense.
Those are my 2 choices.
All right, click on the 3 of them. Let's see if they go up. Awareness does not go up. Terrible. Bushcraft does go up. And healing does absolutely not go up. Very sad.
That's the one I really wanted to go up to.
And it was just
Oh, well.
terrible rolls here.
Yeah.
Grody the Mudman. Let's see now. Participated in the session. Did not give in to any weaknesses because there were no monsters around. But did overcome without using force. I don't know. Okay, maybe a little bit. I'll give him 2 check marks. All he ever did. Oh, awareness. He's going to level up his awareness, definitely. And his evade, because that came in handy. That's a fail. And that's a success. So at least his evade went up. Omvar. You were here. You defeated an adversary. And you haven't given in to your weakness, I don't think. So is that 2 skill checks for you as well? I feel like it might be.
Remember how do I do this again? You check on the
Yep.
mark skill for advancement.
Exactly.
O's and animism.
Very well. And then we roll. You click again. Nope, your bows does not go up. And how about animism? Oh, it does go up. You're now in Master Animist and can become a teacher in your own right. Sir Quinlan. All right, you participated, and you fought people,
Yay.
and you did not give in to your weakness yet. 2 marks then to put somewhere. You already have 1 in
Alright.
awareness and 1 in swords because you rolled 2 20s this session.
Let's see, some more brawling and a bit of bushcraft just for
Why not? Yeah.
convenience. Yes.
All right. Let's roll that aware. Let's click all of them. Very well. Bushcraft goes up. Brawling. Absolutely not. Swords then. Yes, you are now a sword master
Oh.
and can become a teacher in your own right.
Sword and hammer master.
Yes.
Excellent.
You're a knight, so it makes sense. All right. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. If you did not, thank you anyway. And if you're watching this on YouTube, follow the channel, press subscribe, push the bell button, sacrifice to the algorithm gods. Follow us, and you will be made aware next time we go live and everything. So you can follow more Dragonbane, because Dragonbane is the best fantasy role-playing game for doing fast and furious fantasy, isn't it? Yes, we all agree. Anyway, that's what we had for today, folks. See you in a week. And